Hello guys, how are you? Good day for all of you. We are going to talk about osteoporosis. I'm a student of Universidad Católica Santiago Guayaquil. My name is Cristian Rosas for Psychomedicine. Follow my social networks, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So let's start. Definition: osteoporosis is a bone disease that occurs when the body loses too much bone, makes too little bone, or both. As a result, bones become weak and may break for a fall or, in serious cases, from sneezing or minor tremors. So, let's see a video.
Million people worldwide suffer from osteoporosis. It is a very common condition and the risk increases as we grow older. It is basically due to deficiency of calcium and phosphorus which causes weakening of the bones. Sometimes the first sign of osteoporosis is a broken bone. From childhood to adulthood, our bones grow and remodel themselves. The weight-bearing bones become more dense and becomes a trabecular structure. The trabecular bone works like an internal frame which gives the bone its strength. Around 30 years of age, our bones reach maturity and stops growing and remodeling. After that, our bones start losing calcium. Over a period of time, the density of the trabecular bone decreases, leading to osteoporosis. Osteoporosis happens gradually, and the osteoporotic bone is more prone to fracture. Women are more susceptible to osteoporosis than men. This is probably due to influence of hormones on bone growth and calcification. Dietary deficiency of calcium, phosphorus, proteins, vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin K, and magnesium, copper, and zinc can lead to osteoporosis. Our genes also influence the bone density. So how do you prevent osteoporosis? Women, particularly young women, should meet the dietary requirements of calcium, vitamin D, and other nutrients. They should also engage in physical activity of particularly weight-bearing nature. Smoking and alcohol can also lead to osteoporosis. Therefore, it is important to avoid smoking and excessive alcohol. Older women may require calcium supplementation. Maintaining physical activity is important, and in some cases, they may require medical treatment. Men are also at risk of developing osteoporosis. They should also take adequate calcium, vitamin D, and other nutrients. They should also engage in exercises, particularly of weight-bearing nature, and avoid smoking and excessive alcohol.
Applications in medicine. Osteoporosis is considered a serious public health concern. Currently, it is estimated that over 2,000 million people worldwide suffer from this disease. Approximately 13% of all postmenopausal women have osteoporosis in the United States and in Europe. At last, 14% of these women and 15 and 13% of men will sustain one or more fragility fractures in the remaining lifetime. It has been shown that an initial fracture is a major risk for a new fracture. An increased risk of 86% for any fracture has been demonstrated in people that have already sustained in a fracture. It's another video that talks about the causes of osteoporosis.
Osteoporosis is when your bones deteriorate, putting you more at risk for fractures. Your bones protect your internal organs, store minerals your body needs, and give your body structure. Your bones are alive, and in order to stay healthy, they need calcium, protein, phosphorus, magnesium, and vitamins A and D. Your bones take most of these vitamins and minerals from what you eat and drink. Your bones are constantly being repaired and reconstructed, and new bone is always being formed. Cells called osteoclasts dissolve your damaged bone, leaving tiny holes. Once the damaged bone is removed, cells called osteoblasts take calcium from your bloodstream and fill the holes with new, healthy bone. Osteoclasts and osteoblasts need hormones in order to work properly. If they can't get enough of the hormones they need, they aren't able to repair and rebuild your bones. This is one of the main causes of osteoporosis. Other causes of osteoporosis are not getting enough vitamins and minerals, poor eating habits, and not getting enough exercise. If you think you could be at risk for osteoporosis, talk to your doctor.
Pros and cons. Pros is common and it has treatment, and cons is costly to have osteoporosis. Breaking a bone is serious complication, especially in older patients, cause permanent pain, and require long-term use in home care. There is another video.
So osteoporosis means porous bone. It's a condition where the bones become thin and weak over time and increase the risk of fracture. There are certain risk factors for osteoporosis, most notably being of female gender and advancing age, but also having a family history of osteoporosis, being malnourished, certain medications, most notably glucocorticoids and other medical conditions. Smoking and excess alcohol are also deleterious to bone health.
Application in Ecuador. In Ecuador, 13.7% of patients between 15 and 16 years old, 71 and 18, and 18 and older are the most vulnerable group. It is about the risk of spontaneous or traumatic fractures that can be disabling in the spine, femur, and hip.
Let's talk about the types of bone tissue. Two types perforate the periosteum and course through the compact bone through perforating canals, which are also known as Volkmann's canals. Concentric lamellae surround a central canal, enveloping the canal in a ring of calcified matrix. Between the lamellae are small spaces called lacunae, in which the osteocytes are located. Tiny canaliculi radiate around the lacunae and provide a route for ingress of nutrients and oxygen. On the one ends, or fracture of the hip is the most common site. African Americans have greater bone mineral density, BMD, in adult than whites, a discrepancy attributable to bone size, muscle strength, and bone fat composition.
Conclusion. The conclusion of all this exposition is that osteoporosis is a disease that causes the deterioration of the bone's mass, allowing the affected person to be more vulnerable to fractures. This osteoporosis is more common in older patients and women, so take care of that pathological disease and be careful with that, your older familiars, and take care of this.
What is osteoporosis? Osteoporosis is a disease process that causes the bones to lose some of their minerals and become brittle and fragile. There are no actual symptoms of osteoporosis, but some of the signs may manifest themselves as a stooped posture or a gradual loss of height. The person suffering from this disease will be more susceptible to fractures from falls or even bending over. The most common areas of fracture are the spine, ribs, hip, or wrist. Sometimes even a simple cough is enough to fracture a rib. Postmenopausal women are most likely to suffer from this disorder.
That's all. I hope that you liked the video, the information, so let's see another time. Goodbye.